The main focus of this video is how to save money for travel, which also ends up being just general tips for living on a budget. I'm really passionate about this because I think there are many ways to save money for travel, and traveling doesn't have to be as expensive as you might think. So I'm going to dive into how to save money for travel and frugal living tips. Welcome to my channel where I give you tips and tricks for minimalist travel and adventuring on a budget. I really want to emphasize that not every tip in this video is going to work for every person because we all have different lifestyles, life circumstances. So this is just meant to brainstorm ideas and then hopefully at least one of them will work for you. So basically there are two ways to save money, actively and passively. Actively saving money is like your paycheck or your job, any side jobs you do, and then selling stuff online. And passively saving money is spending less money on life expenses like food, bills, activities, shopping, so that we can save more money actively. So I'm going to dive into actively saving money. Okay, so the more obvious way to actively save money is your job or your paycheck. But the key to this one is that you have a separate travel savings that you put money into every single paycheck. So it doesn't matter if it's $5, $50, whatever you can put into it, every single paycheck you put money into this travel savings. And my bank allows me to have a sub savings that I can label. So mine is labeled travel, and then every single paycheck I put money into it. And it doesn't really matter the amount, we just want to get into the habit of putting money into it every single time. And of course, we want other savings as well for emergencies and just general life savings, but this one's specifically for travel, and then you only use it for travel. Okay, and then another way to actively save money is side jobs or side gigs. And depending on your circumstances, it could be house cleaning, yard work, or if you have some sort of craft or skill that you do, then you can market your skills, or you can find people that are asking for your skills, and then all of that money that you make from this side job can go into your travel account. Okay, and then the last way we save money actively is by selling stuff. So you can sell stuff you own, or if you have a craft or a skill, again, you can sell that stuff either online, eBay, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, or consignment shops. And then if this is your side selling hustle, then all of the money you make from this can go into your travel account. Okay, so now we're going to go on to how to passively save money. And passively saving money is sometimes overlooked because it's not as tangible as actively saving money, but this kind of plays on the idea of a penny saved is a penny earned. And so if you can spend less in life, then you can save more actively. There are many ways to passively save money, but I'll start with one way we might not be able to save money, and that is household bills. Those are generally just fixed prices, rent, water bill, your internet. So we're going to say that those are out of our control, and there are other ways that we can passively save money. So one of the major areas where we can passively save money is food expenses. And I'll start with the obvious idea that yes, eating at home is generally cheaper than eating at a restaurant. And then on top of that, there are ways that you can save money with your groceries so that eating at home is even cheaper. So you want to buy food that's on sale, you want to use coupons, you want to just buy cheaper options of the food that you want. Plan your meals out so that you are spending less money, and don't go to the grocery store hungry so that you don't buy food that you don't actually need. But I know we all love to eat out and not make food every single day. So one cheaper option than a restaurant is eating at the grocery store deli, because their pre-made food is generally cheaper than a restaurant. But also eating at restaurants is fun. So when you do go to a restaurant and eat out, there are ways that you can save money even then. So first of all, you can choose a cheaper restaurant. And something to keep in mind when it comes to choosing your restaurant is thinking about the location, because a restaurant in a busy downtown area is probably going to have more expensive prices due to their rent being higher than a restaurant that's off the beaten path. And also, when I am choosing a restaurant, I like to Google the restaurant and look at their menu online and see if those prices are like worth what I want to pay. And then another way to save money is by choosing your meal based on the price. And this isn't the most fun option, but sometimes I really will choose a certain meal just because it's a few dollars cheaper and then I've saved money. And also eating during happy hour is a good way to save money at a restaurant. So food is a major area of savings, and if you're really mindful about your food choices, you can potentially save hundreds of dollars a month, and then all of that money you've saved can go into your travel savings. Okay, and another way we can passively save money is through a credit card cash back program. So my credit card allows me to do 3% cash back on a category of my choice. And that could be travel, online shopping, gas, and then I'll get 3% back on that every month. And I put all of that money directly into my travel savings. So that might be something worth looking into. Okay, this one might be my favorite, and this is kind of just a life pro tip, but use the library for resources. If you're thinking of buying something, see if the library has it that you can borrow instead. The library has so many things besides just books: movies, video games, camera equipment, other electronic equipment like laptops. Some of them even have like tools, like gardening tools, bikes. You just really never know what it's going to have. So check with your local library, see if you can borrow their stuff first, and then you don't have to buy it, and then you can save that money. And that brings me to my next topic, which is renting or borrowing items instead of buying them outright. There's a lot of stores that let you rent, like Home Depot, so you can rent a tool and then you don't actually have to buy it. So just think about how often in life are you actually going to use this item, divide that by the retail price and determine if it's actually worth its use, or is it cheaper to just rent it for the few times that you're going to need it. Or you can see if anybody you know will let you borrow it, or there's Facebook groups that are buy nothing groups, and a lot of people will let you borrow their things for a day. So it's always good to try to borrow first, and if you can't borrow, then rent, and if you can't rent, then buy. But my next topic is, if you do have to buy something, then try to buy it with a coupon on sale, or just what I like to do is Google the item and see if there is a cheaper website to buy it from. That way I'm not paying full retail price for it. And you can also buy used. That's my other idea. So always check for something used online or online, and see if you can buy it used before you buy it new. That will save you money. Okay, and then if you're like me and you do like shopping and just like to buy things sometimes, go to thrift shops. And when I go traveling too, I like to find thrift shops there so that I can get my souvenirs at thrift shops because it's cheaper. And then you only spend a couple dollars rather than spending, way more than you actually need. And my last topic is activities. And this one is not as fun, but we can pick and choose which activities we do, because if they cost money, you won't have to decide if it's worth spending the money, or can you save that money for traveling. So just choose your activities wisely and make sure it's something you actually want to do, and try to find cheap or free activities around you to do instead. Okay, so those are my ideas. I know some of them might seem random, but I just wanted to brainstorm as many ideas as I could think of so that you can save money for traveling. And I know not all of these tips will work for everyone's lifestyle, but I just wanted to show you that there are many ways to save money actively and passively. And another thing I want to bring up is that traveling really doesn't have to be this big expensive endeavor. I spent $2,000 for 2 months in Thailand, so that ended up being $30 a day. That's pretty cheap. And so if you pick and choose where you go, when you go, how long you go for, you don't actually have to save that much money up for traveling. You can go on cheaper trips. So there are ways to save money for traveling and ways to spend less while traveling, and then you combine the two, and traveling really isn't as expensive as you might think. So anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you can save some money to go on a really fun trip. Like I said, traveling can be accessible to people even on a tighter budget, but saving money is going to be the place to start. I have a lot more videos planned for travel and adventuring on a budget, so subscribe so that you can be notified for when they come available. And until next time, stay adventurous.